Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about turbocharging your Netsuite environment with the Incorta data analytics platform. Questions we get from prospects and customers frequently center around the following questions. Is there something better than save searches, pivot tables, or downloading my save search results to Excel? Is there something that I can get my hands on rather quickly? Is there something that I can use without always having to rely on IT for my data needs? And finally, is there something that's pretty easy to use? Today we're going to show you a solution that answers yes to all of these questions. The Incorta data analytics platform. Incorta can connect to Netsuite. Indeed, it can connect to anything because it's the most powerful, easy to use business and data analytics platform on the planet. It's easy to set up. You can start using a trial today. You can begin using it on your own data tomorrow. Yes, indeed, it is self-service. Really, a lot of people claim that, but Incorta is really easy to use without involvement with IT. And finally, you need no special tools to use Incorta. It's browser-based, we have an iPad app, and you can even embed our dashboards into your NetSuite homepage. But let's dive right in. Let's take a look at a typical NetSuite home screen with some summary analytics. I've got scorecards, I can look at trend graphs, I can look at results of saved searches in a dashboard, I can look at KPIs. I've also, of course, got a whole bunch of reports. Here's an income statement. I can look at saved searches, which have criteria that define rows and columns. I can also do pivot tables on top of those saved searches. But inevitably, I'm going to get to the point where I have a subset of data and I need to do further analysis. So what am I going to do? I'm going to download it into Excel or some other tool. Wouldn't it be nice if we had some alternative? Welcome to Incorta. Here we have Incorta that is built upon the NetSuite data layer. You can see that it's driven by the same data. In this case, I've got sales open orders that are driven by NetSuite data and that have the same data set. I can drill down into any of these dimensions. I've put the customer dimension, item dimension, location dimension on here. You can see how quickly you can drill down into a subset of transactions and drill back up. We've got OTD performance, backlog status, and you can see how quickly you can use a modern analytics tool set to do this. So let's take a look at inventory. On the left is a saved search that might define availability by location. On the right is a modern BI dashboard with location that I can take a look at things like cubic feet versus value, incoming inventory. I can filter by class, take a look at the hierarchy of locations. Here's an example from the HR realm. Which employees do I have to review and which ones are late? On the left is a saved search. On the right is a modern dashboard. Again, I can drill down in any dimension, drill back up. And of course, I've also got some modern interactivity. So if I want to send the results of a report to somebody, I can do that with a comment. Please take a look at this. And send, and off it goes. But let's take a step back and look at the resources we've developed that can be laid on top of any NetSuite environment. Here is a list of folders by department or function that contain Incorta dashboards that are driven by NetSuite standard tables and fields. Of course, everyone has customizations, and those can be added to any of these, but these core dashboards will work on any NetSuite environment. So let's dive into the company overview and take a look at the company key dimensions and metrics dashboard. You can see if you want to do some data validation that the core metrics across all of the dimensions match, number of transactions, number of lines, in all its fidelity. So let's take a look at some more data validation. Here's the income statement in NetSuite. Here's the same income statement in Incorta based on the same data. You want to drill down in NetSuite, you can also do that in Incorta. But wouldn't it be better if you could actually use this data and layer on top of that a modern BI tool set? Well, here you go. There's all of my revenues. Let me drill down by month. And let me drill down to August. Yes, indeed, they still match, but look at how much more I have. If I want some GL validation, I can do that. We usually do that on our dashboards to make finance department happy. But I can do things like, where did I ship? Drill down into the United States and I can see the breakdown by state. I can drill down by customer. I can do all the dimensionalities you can imagine I can put on here and customize this. But we've started out with a really pretty robust tool set. So there's revenues and sales. There's a Pareto analysis by items. Let's take a look back at the open sales order. So I've got 282 of those. I can replicate the save search in Incorta if you want to do your data validation. But again, why wouldn't I do something more? Here is the open orders again. Backlog, wouldn't I prefer this? It's also very easy to add or customize any of these reports. If I wanted to add memo field, for example, to the transaction detail, I just choose the right one, put it where I want, hit done, and there you go. So all the simplicity of a save search, but you've got the sophistication of a modern BI tool set built on top of NetSuite data. So a couple questions you might be asking yourself. Does Incorta play nicely with NetSuite? Well, of course it does. See here a fully interactive Incorta dashboard embedded directly on your NetSuite homepage. It can also be published to any tab. Incorta can also follow NetSuite's lead with respect to roles, permissions, and data security, and is also single sign-on capable. So can you see it yourself? The demo environment that you saw today in this video is available to you, as is the ability to populate your own data in a NetSuite environment very quickly. Finally, if you want to see some of your customizations, custom records, fields, or even other data sources, we offer you the opportunity to engage in a trial environment with us. Please contact us if you would like to pursue any of these options. Thank you for watching.